Hello and welcome my friends to the Flying Kick. I am Savino and today I bring to you the review of Maximus 2. Again. Well, yeah, when I first reviewed this game 8 months ago, it was only available for mobile devices and now it's coming for the Nintendo Switch and Steam right at the beginning of the year on January 5th. But not only that, the game today is quite different from when it first launched with new levels, characters and so on, and the game will now cost you $5 instead of being free as the mobile counterpart, so I think a new review is in order. But let's cut this intro short and check if the game is worth your money right now. First, let's take the story out of our way because, honestly, there isn't much to talk about here. The Duke of an unnamed land was kidnapped by Baylor, the Night Prince, and now it's up to 8 goofy and unlikely heroes to save the day, rescuing him from the people of the Demon Gate. The game at this point is pretty arcade. You will get a short cutscene at the beginning of the first level showing what's going on. You will jump through your window for dramatic purpose because you know doors don't cause the same impact, and the game begins. Graphically, the game follows the art style of other games from this company with hand-drawn characters and scenarios with thick outlines that look a lot like a comic book or a cartoon. The backgrounds are very well detailed with a lot of the story being told through it. The places you will visit are the most diverse possible, from an old and medieval city passing through a steampunk metro to the back of a giant owl and even one where you ride the shell of a huge turtle. Throughout the 15 levels of the game, you will be surprised with how much creativity the devs put into this game. Actually, you will visit many places that are extremely familiar if you have a certain experience with the genre. The most noticeable ones here would be Golden Axe from the backgrounds to some enemies, and even those pesky little gnomes from Sega's game gets a homage here. Another game that gets a lot of reference here is Double Dragon. From one of the playable characters to, again, some of the backgrounds and enemies. Another thing that came right from the original Double Dragon are the level transitions. Here, each level connects to the next in a smooth and beautiful one-shot transition. I said that in my old review and I will say it again, more devs should do it. Overall, the game looks great. Some animations are a little bit janky, but it fits nicely to the art style. There is a coherence between how the game looks and moves, and I like that. And the coherence does not end with the art style. The game also has an amazing soundtrack that fits perfectly to the places you will be visiting. I will be honest here and say that in my first review of this game I wasn't exactly fair to the soundtrack. Maybe it was because I was playing on my phone and mainly on the go, but I want to rectify saying that the OST is fantastic. You get all types of music here, from the fast, blood pump rock to an ominous classical music with chorus and everything. The effort those guys put here was truly impressive. Take a listen at some tunes. Okay, with all of this behind us, let's talk about what really matters here. And you already know what I'm talking about, right? Gameplay and combat. First thing you should know is that Maximus 2 offers you 8 unique characters. From the fast and weak to the strong and slow grappler and everything in between, you will find the perfect character for your playstyle here. Actually, it is very probable that you will find more than one. The controls are pretty simple as a result of being a mobile port. You have your punch, which you can simply hold and let the character do the basic combo. You have a jump, 2 types of strong attack and a special that recharges over time. Your strong attacks also work as a special, meaning you will need to wait some time before using them, but they recharge very quickly and will be ready most of the time even if you are careless with its use. You'll be able to combine all those moves to create amazing and varied combos to ruin the day of any enemy. The game also has a simple but very effective juggle system that will be your go-to move to finish the hardest enemies. Your kicks when juggling an enemy can take a lot of energy from them, and if you time it right, you can finish most enemies without letting them even touch the floor. But you have to be very good to achieve this. Not that other combinations of moves are weak, they are actually very powerful, but as in the case of juggling, you will have to learn how to time your moves to make the most out of them. This is in no way a button mashing game. You won't find any weapons here since most of the characters, with a few exceptions, already have one, but you will find some mounts that you can use to attack your enemies, and they are, well, a little familiar, I think. The game also has some RPG elements, with moves being locked behind character levels, upgrades to make to your character, and items to buy. It's all pretty straightforward actually, and in no time you will have a full set of moves at your disposal to deal with the crescent threat of your enemies. The upgrades are also pretty simple. You will earn 2 points for each time you level up, and you will be able to distribute them between your energy, attack power, magic, which control how fast your moves regenerate, and luck, which control your criticals and the chance of find sweet cold meat in a barrel. You can also buy from shops that will appear before some levels, weapons, armor and trinkets, all of which will give all your stats some boost. This is interesting because it can create a lot of variety in how your character behaves, since you can have weapons that rise your magic and luck, for example, while others can boost your attack a lot, but only it. It's an effective system that can change a character keeping the base of what you really want from them. But to buy all this equipment you will need money, and how do you get money, you ask? Well, break stuff, how else? Barrels, crates, windows, all of these will give you some money, but your main source of cash will be the boss of each one of the 15 levels. After defeat, they explode in a rain of gold and jewels, as expected of monsters, giving you enough cash to buy a few accessories at the nearest shop. You can also buy skins for all your characters, but they will cost you a lot of money, and it's more an endgame bonus than something that you will want from the start. I mean, some skins are pretty cool, don't take me wrong, way more cooler than the vanilla ones, but trust me, your money will be better used in some gear first. One thing that I noticed is that you earn way more money on this version than on the mobile counterpart. I guess we all know why this is a thing, and the game being free on mobile makes it totally understandable. Another thing that's different from mobile is the way you will deal with your continues. On the Switch, you will start with 25 continues as a bonus, and after losing them all, you will get 5 every time you start a level. This is the main difference from the mobile version. There is no way to buy more continues for your game. Not that this is a bad thing, 5 continues is more than enough to beat any level, and you can always return to the last checkpoint to save them for late parts of that level. And there are a bunch of levels. As I already said, you have 15 levels, 10 from the original game and 5 from the expansion that was released also this year. You will find it as an alternative path after beating level 5, but you can choose any one you want on the overview map. Oh yes, this game has a nice overview map. It doesn't add too much to the game, but honestly is a better way to present your game than a simple selection screen. Here on the map, you can also access the arena, where you can play a very fun survival mode, and the fortress, a level where the biggest battle you will ever seen in a beaten up will take place. It's a fortress invasion where you have to stop the enemy forces on a castle, facing all types of enemies, bosses and traps that you can think of. It is better player with other 3 friends because, trust me, this will eat up your continues. Overall, Maximus 2 is an incredibly solid game. There's a ton of content here, from characters to levels to upgrades and enemy variety, local co-op for up to 4 players and also online multiplayer. I mean, this game is the whole package, and for only $5, it's like we're almost stealing from the devs here. It is absurdly cheap, not only for the amount of content, but mainly by the quality of said content. An extremely fun game that I'm sure you will enjoy and have a lot of fun exploring this crazy world with its goofy characters. I highly recommend this game for every type of player that is watching me now. Oh, and if you want to play some multiplayer, just say the word and I'll be there. Maximus 2 will be available on January 5th, helping 2023 to start on a high note for Nintendo Switch and Steam. If you wanna check the game earlier, you can download it now for iOS and Android, the link will be in the description. And that's it for the video, guys. I really hope you had an awesome holiday, and I sincerely wish to each one of you that made the Flying Kick what it is today a great new year. See you guys in the next year with a video with the releases for 2023 and, why not, my top 5 for 2022. Oh, and remember, next year, keep beating up.